grew up in an area where you could just get mushroom. I mean, psychedelic mushrooms grew on everything. They grew on your cousin's back if he took a long enough nap, you know? And you could.
Where'd you grow up?
In Louisiana.
In like Monster Energy drinks sometimes, which are like piss magnets.
Yeah.
They're delicious, but they make you want to pee.
Make you want to beat your wife too, dude. I've seen a lot of dudes drinking Monster that you know they're going home to punch.
I don't know if the Monster is the cause of it. I think there's probably other factors.
Well, I'll say this. It's the beverage of choice of some of those gentlemen.
We're going into the Matrix. It's happening.
I'm going to get my stuff first.
What would you bring? If I said, hey, dude, you can go in the Matrix, but you can bring 3 things.
I'd have to bring a picture of my family, and then I'd have to bring probably some water. I would.
You think you'd need water in the Matrix?
I'm not going to be the guy without it in there. I had to pull off La Cienega one time. They had a bunch of bees on there.
What? Really?
Yeah, huge hives, man.
Wow.
And you see, a lot of homeless people and they don't do anything, but when bees show up, they can get to doing shit, you know? You can have dick over there, somebody said.
Nice.
You can have human
dick? Yeah.
A buddy of mine said that. And he's eating he's eating everywhere. Oh, dude, I bet O.J. Simpson and Dennis Rodman have fucked a lot of the same chicks, bro. When you think about that. I don't know, maybe I am a little bit.
Are you a little nervous about what you might be?
I don't want to be French. That's what I don't want to be, honestly.
I think you're French.
No, I'm not. Do I seem French?
A little bit. Yeah, I think you got 13% French in you.
I got here, bro. Don't laugh about that, Jamie.
Everybody used to go to Amsterdam to get high.
Well, the problem with Amsterdam is there's those trains, there's people on bikes. It's like the worst place to walk around high because there's so many forms of transportation going on. You're like, there's people traveling by crow. You're like, damn, dude. Like, I tripped out there, man. I mean, I did a fast for like 4 days, and then I was at the Best Buy, and I remember this Vietnamese guy was trying to help me out, and I couldn't even hear him. I was so hungry, and I couldn't.
You did a fast for 4 days?
Oh, dude, yeah.
What were you trying to prove?
And then I remember this Vietnamese guy, and I remember thinking, if everybody turned the other way for a second, I could eat this young fella. Ben. His name was Ben, actually, over there in Westwood. I've been in Montreal, yo.
You didn't love the French?
I love the Canadians.
French Canadians?
Yeah, I'll take them.
You love Canadians, period?
I love Canadians, period.
But do you love French Canadians?
Yes, because they are Canadian. But French, bro.
Not into French?
And nobody is.
They make great wine.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. People go to Paris every year.
Yeah, but they leave. It's not the kind of place people are milling around, man.
Is like the greatest solo in the history of music. I mean, it's up there. Results may vary. Everybody has their own opinion.
But you could start sex and finish sex before that thing's over.
I don't know. It depends on how you rock it.
I don't rock it well, man. I'm good at getting there, but I'm bad at sex, man.
I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Now I'm telling jokes? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then telling people when you go back home and they've never seen you, they've never heard of you, they think you're gay. They're just like, you won't they're like, you keep flying home, you don't have any money, and you're not bringing a girl home. You have these jokes.
Something.
Yeah, you're hiding from something, you know? Yeah. Just come out. I remember my stepdad is yelling at me in the yard one time.
Told you to come out?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gay, bro. I was like, I'm just not flying some girl home that I just met. I hope alligators.
The title of the video.
Maybe they're making a comeback, dude. I hope something comes and attacks at some animal, dude. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to fight something.
Don't fight alligators, man. You don't want to fight them.
Well, I'll get out there and do something, man. Dude, I saw in New Orleans one time they had a lot of the cops in the French Quarter on horseback.
Yeah.
And 2 of the horses started with the cops on them, bro.
Were the cops getting mad?
One of them was.
Was the other one excited?
The one in the back, I think, was kind of vibing with it a little, because at least he was in the winning position. Oh, there's some mud rats out there that have no genes almost, I feel like.
Like mud rat humans?
Yeah, just people that are just smoking their own dicks out there who have no real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've met some people who, yeah, they're breathing, but that's it, really.
Would you fight a lesbian for an undisclosed amount of money?
Yeah.
Really? You don't even have to hear the number?
What does undisclosed mean? Do I get to hear it or I don't?
You don't get to know until it's over. You're just ready to fight women.
No, I'm not. Can I train first?
I wouldn't, like Amanda Nunes, I wouldn't let you fight.
No. Yeah, it has to be a woman. At least I've seen a couple pictures of them. You know? Talk to your buddy Eddie Bravo, and that guy is a real...
He's out there.
He's like a deaf like a deaf Jack Russell almost, you know?
Oh, Jack Russell Terrier?
Yeah. You ever been around one of those dogs? You open the car and then the next thing you know, they're at the, they're like sick. Yeah.
But how's he deaf?
Because you can't get him back. Like once he goes, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't get him back in the car. Like you're sitting there honking the horn. You can't, that guy's out there. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to think anymore, man. But I wonder if people ever wanted to think, you know? This is probably the smartest conversation I've been involved in maybe months. It really is, dude. That's the most I've talked to anybody in a long time. Yeah, you seem a little tribal.
Tribal?
Yeah, bro. Have you ever seen yourself? Yeah, dude. You're fucking the closest thing we have to like, yeah, man, I think so. Yes. Blatantly obvious. Dude, you got dead animals in here. This is tribal, bro.
Tribal.
Bro, you learn to do a drum, bro, you can live on any continent you want, man.
What activities do you think you do where you come a lot? Like the kind of people that like power lifters probably shoot giant loads, right?
I think you would think they do, but for their size and stuff, they're not doing that much.
Who do you think shoots the biggest loads?
I think a guy
players?
that's in space. I think a guy that's on a cliff, like a cliff climber.
You got to eat a small person, so stature is important.
I think if you gum down a Viet, people aren't going to be that upset at you.
Well, the Vietnamese people are going to be super upset. What are you talking about?
No,
Somebody's
okay.
dad.
Yeah, they're more understanding of things, dude.
Is this a character you're playing?
No. But if you eat a black lady and her family's there, they're going to be pissed.
You are so horny today.
Dude, I had to drive. It's like a 20-minute drive over here.
Oh, that gets you horny?
Yeah.
Driving? Nothing like driving.
Dude, no, I'll say this. Things that get me erect these days. Driving, being on planes. You know that.
Bumpy roads.
Not a bumpy road, bro.
Get one of those bumpy road boners. So you think a Vietnamese person would let you slide?
I think that they'd be much more forgiving over a couple of day period.
I think
their relatives. You don't think so, honestly?
Well, no, I don't think so. I definitely think they'd be super pissed at you, especially modernized ones. But what is interesting is like Vietnam is one of the few places where Americans can go back to Vietnam and they don't seem to hold any grudge at all.
Exhibit A. Exhibit A, man, honestly. I find that the moon, say we went to the moon seemed like something Delta could get to if you really think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Delta Airlines?
Yeah, like if they...
Not Southwest though, right?
I mean...
They seem a little shaky.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit shaky on there. Some of the people on there are wearing shorts. You know what I'm saying? When you get on. I don't trust anybody in shorts, especially at church.
What if you had gay sex with an animal? Which animal would it be?
That's not gay to fuck an animal, bro.
It's not?
I don't think that applies, dude. You're fucking an animal. That's
I think
more
it's
important.
Both. If it's a male gorilla, I think it's both.
Oh, dude.
It's both gay and bestiality.
Nobody's going to be like, oh, remember when you...
Yeah. Yes, they would. They're not going to let you off the hook.
People are mean,
They're going to go, not only did he fuck a chimp, he fucked a male chimp. And everybody be like, Jesus, Theo.
This guy I knew was having sex with this girl, and like the rest of us were just kind of being lonely outside of his room. And we went on the balcony. We went on the...
I was picturing how many guys are outside of the room being lonely.
3 guys.
So one guy's in there getting his freak on, and everybody else is outside.
The worst is if you're jerking off with a hat on, bro. You're going to hell, I think.
Fedora.
Yeah, that's the worst, bro. That's the most French thing you can do.
Jacking off with them straw Kentucky Derby hats.
Yeah, what's the worst hat to jack off?
The worst hat to jack
Probably
off.
Probably a top hat, because you have to balance yourself while you're jerking off. Yeah.
One of them chimney sweep hats. Damn. How much weight did you lose?
I probably lost about 4 pounds, but pounds I needed too. You
Wow.
know? But I got clear, man. I could hear, swear to God, y'all could hear somebody fold a piece of bread from 80 feet away, bro. I was so hungry, dude. I could hear a skittle hit the cement across the street. I really could, man. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that song will make you just be erect. I remember being on the school bus so fucking erect, bro. Dude, I remember that shit, bro. Dude, I'm in that bad back club, man. It's hard once you get
happened?
that. I think God just put like a weak spine in me. And so when I was like 20.
He KOs her. You want to see it?
No.
You do. You do want to see it.
Draw it for me on a napkin. I don't want to see it.
Do you want to wear headphones or no?
Oh, yeah. You want to put them on? I didn't see you had yours on.
I feel like I'm alone here in headphone land.
Yeah, it is weird, huh?
Now you're back.
It's like when you put a condom on and then the other person's just still looking at their phone. You're like, oh, this is weird. And the person, I mean, is a woman, too.
Jesus Christ, you gotta tell everybody, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Like,
and you'd eat the half that had a little frosting on it first.
Yes.
You'd eat the half that had more frosting on it first.
Yes, exactly.
I miss that, man.
Dude.
I would love to have the entrails of a child because you could eat whatever. I mean, not like a,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
because
the digestive system of a child.
I think I'm gonna start hunting that dream, dude. I want that fucking nocturnal bust. I'm gonna start a group. It's
I'm hunting that dream.
the LNBs, bro. Those late night busters, bro. Those dream.
Dude, how funny is that expression? I'm hunting that dream.
Yeah.
I want that nocturnal bust.
That's what I want.
Hunting the dream.
And we ate a bunch of shrooms out there and kind of commandeered this water table. There was a water table that had kind of been left unattended. So we got over there and people were running, they're going. And we started telling people that the water was for Asian people only, right? Bro, we are crying, laughing because people are running. They can't stop. They're trying to make a time. So for some people, we'll be like, bro, it's Asians only. And it was like, why? And then Asian people were all excited, and we kept dousing them up. You ever seen a Dutch person?
They're big.
Well, and also they're extremely, if you look at their faces, they're extremely aerodynamic.
So you think they travel through space better? Is that what you're saying?
I think if you taped like one to the front of a plane, it wouldn't, it wouldn't be that hard on them.
Good. To have good symmetry. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you look at the Dutch, their heads tall.
You'd be fun for a hippie lady. Perfect. Hippie lady who still has good feet even though she wears sandals all the time.
Yeah, that's true. No TV. Freaking a whole room full of dream catchers. I'm out, dude.
You can't. It's a room full of dream catchers.
I'm out, dude. This is where my dreams sleep. I'm out, bro.
Live in an amazing neighborhood with no violence, no crime, and all this diversity, and everybody's super progressive. You're not going to get a Joey Diaz.
He'd be working at a cafeteria. You know what I'm saying?
Or a library.
And he'd be one of the hottest women there probably too at the cafeteria. One time this guy fighted me when I was young.
He fighted you?
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I do.
Past tense. But they made us hug in the hallway. That was the big thing at
when it was over?
At our school. You had to stand there all afternoon for literally probably maybe 2-3 hours with your arms on each other's shoulders.
After you fought?
Yep.
To make up with each other?
And he became one of my best friends after that.
Whoa, did you guys make out?
Nuh-uh. His brother went to prison, though, for a bit.
Same thing.
Yeah, that's true. So his brother, I guess, made out on our behalf. Dude, I've come on myself so many times, bro.
Right, and when you do you ever feel good about it? Do you ever feel like, yeah, that's what I should have done?
Sometimes. Seasonal, like occasionally during the holidays, bro. I'm not even joking. Sometimes during the holidays, I'm just so filled with joy that the shame doesn't get me.
People recommend doing it before you have a performance. You have to perform in front of people.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a bad idea. Whack one off in your hotel room before you go to a show. You'll be like less anxious.
I could see that maybe for like a special or something, They had crows in Louisiana, these big crows, and they busted out the windows in his car. And I would
The crows did?
This huge crow, yeah, like a huge.
They broke the window.
Broke the windows in his car.
How'd they break it?
I guess maybe with his beak.
Come on.
Yeah.
They can do that?
I mean, they did this day, Oh, people that wear turtlenecks do not come very much or far.
No. What is it about wanting your neck warm that's not very manly?
It's just a bitch move, I think. It's just the most French thing, too. And I don't care about the French, dude.
Wow.
I mean, you say, you're talking about all these things about the future because you really seem like a future man,
I'm a future man.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a new shirt. It says Future Man.
No, they have a cartoon, I think, called Future or something. But
Futurama?
Yeah, Futurama. That's a woman, I think. Might be Spanish. And you start to see, like, okay.
Wait, I mean, he was trying to fuck them, like he was hitting on them, or he was trying to actually get down in the elevator?
No, he wasn't trying to fuck in the elevator, but he was maybe going to fuck them later if they got out of the elevator. Safely, not like a raper, like a guy who's like going to date them or like take them to dinner and then hopefully have sex with them at some point if they want to as well. But but you know what I'm saying?
I getcha, yeah. Consensual sex.
Yeah.
They lost me with those ballads that they were doing for those love movies.
I needed that shit.
Did you?
Yeah, I was that emo Nemo, bro. I was swimming around in my own tears a little bit when I was a kid. I always am.
Whoa, those are good times, man. But if you got one of those today, you'd be horrified. You'd be like, this slow, clunky piece of shit.
Yeah.
How the f*** did this thing ever make it?
Probably beat your spouse with it. That's how much you wouldn't care about it, dude.
You would fucking hate it.
Well, I used to work at this business company. I worked at this insurance company. I did paperwork, not paperwork, but I like mailed papers for them. And like mailings, I guess. I guess that's paperwork.
Yeah.
And the man had a lot of nice cigars in there.
And you may or may not have smoked one.
I feel like he tried to teach me one time. Oh, I feel my heart shutting. Is that always like it is?
No, your heart doesn't shut.
Look what you get to do. You get to be a white guy in a country that, is still kind of run by white people, and you're comfortable and you have a roof over your head and you're better, you're doing better than like 90.
I thought you wanted to be a black guy, though.
Look, I'd take a black afternoon any day of the week,
An
man.
afternoon? Only for the afternoon?
Would I go full time? I'd have to test drive it first, bro. Ooh, you ever have Baby Jessica on here? Remember that person?
Oh, that's the girl that fell in the well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever come on your podcast?
No.
Ah.
Why would you ask that? Why would you think I'd ever? Hey, kid, you fell in the well once. What's it like now? Yeah. Mostly about meth and sugar. And then sometimes cornflakes.
I just remembered her. I would take pictures with people, and I'd have my nuts hanging out the whole time.
What?
Yeah, bro. We were out.
You took pictures of people with your nuts on? How old were you at the time?
I don't know, man. Probably 28. And people were like, hey, let's get a picture together. So we get it, and I just slip that bag out there, maybe that fucking holster. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. It felt like somebody was playing Legend of Zelda in my lungs, bro. That shit was and really. A lot of my feelings when I was young were just fear, man. I remember, like, my dad would walk me to church sometimes, and I would be scared because the sidewalks in Louisiana, there's a lot of roots that are coming up, and there's bad, it's under sea level, a lot of it. So the sidewalks are all wonky. It's not even a walk. It's really just a challenge of pieces of concrete, really, when you really look at it. I mean, I never thought about it before.
It's true.
Let's don't call this a walk. And guys have their nuts, too, which is in a little bag, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Good point.
So it's almost like your dick has like a little purse. But, or like a hand or something.
A little cum purse.
Yeah. Think so? Think about it.
I'd love to be you for like 10 minutes.
Imagine it, though.
I'd love to look at the world through your eyes for 10 minutes. I think I'd take you right to the hospital. I'd be like, whatever medication we're on, we got to change it. We got to fix this.
Bro, you should meet yourself then, bro. You are extraterrestrial, man.
You'd be fine.
I don't know. I'm not prepared.
For a bull, you would be, though. People are adaptable. You're a smart dude, Theo Vaughn.
I would lead. I would think a little bit. I would adapt. I'd lay low in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like somebody
Pick your
does on
battles.
Pick my battles, dude. You'd have to kill somebody immediately. You'd have to find the first person in your group, the weakest person, and kill them in front of everybody else. Yeah. Like, you can't just stand there.
You're be like, yeah, duh. You got to kill some dude.